Today we're here to talk about Sausage Party, the movie. Disclaimer, it is in no way, shape, or form for children. Don't take your kids. Don't be like that couple that was in the theater with us that brought their 9-year-old daughter. That's dumb. Don't do it. Okay, it's rated R for a damn reason, and this one is RR. Okay? Alright, we're past that. So, ultimately, what do they think about it? It's a comedy. Kind of lenient on comedies. But on this one, it's in a weird area. Okay? It's an adult cartoon. The parts of the movie that were funny, I found very funny. Like, I was in the theater kind of like clapping and, oh my god, that's hilarious. The parts that were offensive were really offensive, but in kind of in a funny way at times. And the parts that were disgusting, not disgusting, I shouldn't say disgusting, but were vulgar, were really vulgar. Had a couple days to think about it. So here's my overall thought of Sausage Party. Basically, writers, producers, the director, and everything all got together and they wrote this script and the screenplay and they put it all together. And my ultimate feeling is that there was nobody there at all to hold people back. There was nobody there to say, guys, the punchline was hit like the line before what we're about to read, right? Yeah, so why are we just reading more? We're actually defeating the purpose of this being funny. Like now we're just beating the dead horse again and again. That's the gist of the entire movie. The entire movie is made less funny because the writers and the editors and everyone involved in it didn't have the control to say, let's take this little piece out. Remember that scene where they're walking through the aisles and they're just making stupid jokes that are kind of funny but are actually kind of falling flat in the screen? Why don't we cut that out? Everybody knows they're walking through the damn aisle trying to get home. Why do we need this? You know? There were scenes that were there for really no reason other than to give Selma Hayek more lines or to give Edward Norton a line or two more. They were just a waste of time. Some of the vulgarity was taken to a limit where it was really funny, and then it was taken beyond that. And I'm sure in the writer's eyes they were like, no one's ever done this. This is going to be so crazy. People are going to love it. I thought it really took away from the humor of it. You know? It's like that guy that tells you a really funny joke and then at the end of the joke when he hits the punchline just continues to explain why it's funny. That's what the movie was like. It was trying to explain to you why it was funny by just going over the top and over the top. I mean, there were funny scenes. I love the meatloaf scene. I mean, there's a lot of funny scenes in it. They could have done something better than the douche. It wasn't good. Felt like he was just there just to be there. I mean, shit. It was like they created this douche with the final fight or the final scene of the movie preset in their head. Like they were like, how funny is it gonna be? Oh, spoiler coming up in case you're really worried about this movie. How funny would it be to have a fight scene between food and a human with a douche up his ass? You know? Funny, right? So let's write a script to get to that point. It's not that funny. You know? Like, I remember when they were leading up to it, me just kind of being like, no, we got it like an hour and a half ago. We kind of knew where this was going. The few scenes that he had that were funny were few and far between. If you haven't seen the movie yet, with very few exceptions, pretty much all of the funny scenes are in the previews. Everything else around it is kind of funny. There's probably the meatloaf scene I thought I really liked, and there's a couple scenes here and there that are pretty good. They just could have used somebody to tell them we should stop now. Like, this is the moment. Like, stop. It's hilarious. Don't keep going. If you have never seen a Seth Rogen movie before, never, and you don't care to, like you just want to go to this movie for that reason, you're probably going to really like it. If you've seen a Seth Rogen movie before, it's the exact same jokes. It's all the exact same gags, the same fucking jokes, pardon my French, the same crap that he puts into all of his movies that get you initially. They get you initially, and then after a couple minutes of thinking about it, you're like, that's like the same joke he always says. Like, insert a couple words, weed. Insert a couple words, drunk. Insert a couple words, sex. I mean, that's... Seth Rogen, I think, has just lost his edge, if he ever had an edge. That's... But people around him are really funny. I thought Seth Rogen was the least funny part of the entire movie. Maybe he meant to do that, and if he did, then I applaud him because he succeeded. If he meant to be funny in the movie, he failed. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I feel like this movie was designed not necessarily to be funny, but just to say things because you could. You know? Like there was, I mean, it's comedy. I'm a fan of Mel Brooks, you know, but Mel Brooks put racism and put a lot of the more poignant topics that we all talk about, PC and everything. He actually writes things that are smart comedy to where they're funny comedy and it leads you around. This one was more just like blunt comedy. I guess you can kind of call it comedy. It's more just like blunt, like right in front of your face. Hey, it's a box of grits that's supposed to be black talking about crackers, and it's an Indian talking about people getting shot, you know, or getting his land taken away, and you're like, yeah, we probably could have written that better, because this is actually really bad writing, guys. We probably should have actually put some effort into that. Yeah. So, as a movie, as a comedy, I think I said about a 4 out of 10. Are there better comedies out there? Oh my God, there's so many better comedies out there. So many better comedies out there. Are there worse comedies out there? Yes, for sure. I only gave this movie a 4 because the scenes that I thought were funny were very funny. Like laugh out loud in the theater. It's been a while since I felt that. And the shock and awe of it is enough that you probably walk out of the theater either really laughing at it or not being sure what you just watched. You know? There are a lot of uncomfortable scenes in it that, like, I felt stupid averting my vision from the screen. Like, I shouldn't be seeing this. Wait, it's food. Like, what the hell? But I do it in a fashion that you kind of feel dirty watching it, you know? I guess that was just me. But, yeah. I think it could have been way funnier. But then again, it could have been way unfunnier. It could have really tanked. Would I go to the theater to see it again? No, absolutely not. I would not give it any more money than I already have. If it was on TV and it was like playing in the background and I was listening to it, I'd be fine with that. But I probably wouldn't go out of my way to watch it again. There's just a lot of slow parts and a lot of kind of mildly funny parts. And nothing will prepare you for the last scene. And if you have any hope of seeing this movie and you haven't seen it yet, don't talk to your friends. Don't let your friends ruin the really funny parts for this movie. Because if you let them ruin it for you, you're not going to enjoy yourself as much as if you just went into this thing blind. I think that's the goal of it, is you need to be just slapped in the face by this movie. If you're pre-briefed about it, you're probably going to look at my review and go, Paul, you're dumb. This movie's dumb. It's more about just that first time you watch it, you know? Okay, 4 out of 10. Hope that works for you. Thanks for coming to Crush Cafe.